For UNFPA to deliver on our mandate, our people are our biggest asset. Correspondingly, personnel and associated costs are a substantial part of our budget. In our integrated budget, these costs can be classified as programs, development effectiveness, management, or independent oversight and assurance activities. For more details on UNFPA cost classification, please see the related video on resource planning and budgeting community. In the case of program posts, a single post may directly contribute to the implementation of various programs which can be funded from various funding sources. In such cases, offices may apportion personnel costs across funding sources. This video explains the what, the why, the how, and who of allocating post costs across funding sources. Let's start with the what. Program posts, irrespective of whether they perform a technical, programmatic, or operational function, and irrespective of the type of contract, fixed term, temporary appointment, service contract, individual consultants, or United Nations volunteers, can be prorated across funding sources. However, non-program posts funded from the institutional budget should not be prorated across funding sources, as these are already appropriated separately in the integrated budget. And in the case of management and the independent oversight and assurance activities costs, these are recovered through indirect cost recovery rate. Thus, we can't charge twice for such costs. Now you must be wondering why. With the growing trend of other resources that the organization receives, it is imperative that these resources cover the costs of their implementation. The ability to prorate program post costs across funding sources, including regular resources and other resources, is a critical tool for implementing UNFPA's cost recovery policy, which requires that all funding sources bear their fair share of both direct and indirect costs and ensure there is no cross-subsidization of resources. Next, how can this be done? Personnel costs can be prorated in one of two ways: between regular resources program ceilings and one or more other resources funded activities, or between two or more other resources funded activities. If a post is funded from two or more programs with different end dates, ensure that staff contracts are always fully funded. Also, when budgeting for posts, costs must include all the standard post costs and any other associated direct costs. Lastly, who is accountable for this? Budget holders, i.e. representatives, heads of offices, directors, chiefs of headquarters, branches, and offices are accountable for ensuring that all staff and personnel contracts are fully funded for the entire duration of the contract. The end date of the staff contract must be aligned with the end date of the programs that are providing funding for the post. For more details on this topic, please refer to the guidance note on allocating post costs across funding sources on PPM. Also, please watch the two related videos, Cost Recovery Explained and Cost Classification, both available in the Resource Planning and Budgeting community.